Hey Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, it's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. We're going to take a look today at the energy for December for you as we wrap up this year. Per usual, I was talking to Spirit. I said, hey, do you have any messages for Pisces? Now, usually when I do that, they show me a vision or whatever, but that's not what happened. They gave me straight up words. So here we go. You are truly amazing. You are capable of everything. You are deeply loved. If you could see yourself the way Spirit sees you, the light would be so brilliant, the human eye would be blinded. That's what they said. And then they showed me this like amazing bright light, and that was all I saw. So I haven't finished the pre-shuffle because I didn't want to forget what they said. So give you a minute here. Then we're going to go ahead and get into health, wealth, and happiness after we do the Celtic Cross. I am using the Akashic Tarot. It's not a typical deck at all. So this is the one that Spirit selected for you. So I'm really interested to see what happens here. Are we done? Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's see what we get going on here. This is just... So these cards can be read just like regular tarot in reverse. I'm not going to do that. However, there are certain cards that if they point to another card, it is significant. So in those cases, if that shows up, I will definitely... Are these both environment? Okay. Okay. You have a couple of bonus cards here. Ooh. Okay. So, you're going to want to get in close. Here we go. Overall energy is the Eight of Scrolls. It's paths unknown. I don't know if you could see it, but she's sitting here and she has a bucket, a little basket full of scrolls. And she's sitting there trying to decide which way down the path to go. But the light is shining. It's beckoning her. So one path is well lit, the other one not so much. Oh, there's a path over to the side, there's a path forward, and there's a path here. So it's a true fork in the road, but it has three prongs. So let's see if we can get it so you can see it's hard to see these cards, they're really big. Lighting is an issue right now, although it's not pouring down rain, so I have a little better light than I did earlier. So let's see here. Where do you find yourself? In a very beautiful place. You find yourself in the bird's nest. Okay, so the bird's nest. This is home. It's family. The robin is feeding the chicks. There are 3 babies, so there's either 3 things you love, 3 opportunities, 3 somethings. The 3 feels really important. She has 1 worm. Only one of those is probably going to get fed at a time. So I don't want you to feel like you need to push yourself. Whoa. You don't need to push yourself to take care of everything all at once. That is a big message here. I can see that already coming up. All right. Where do we find? Oh my God, you really can do anything. The energy that you find yourself in is the Queen of Forces. Look at that. She is standing in the water and she is manifesting using her own power day into night, night into day, however you want to look at it, using intuition, the moon, to create and manifest the sun. She is in balance and she is in harmony. Okay, so here's in your environment. Here's one of those cards. Here's one of those cards that points to something. And the way I picked it up, he's got the spyglass and he's looking at the second card. So that's a good thing, right? That showed up that way. So that's the 5 of Scrolls, diversity. So you went from paths unknown, 8 of Scrolls, to 5 Scrolls. So there's a need to weed things out. And there's a rainbow. So there's a rainbow after a storm, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it's up here, okay? Setting the course on your ship toward, it looks like she's picked one of the scrolls though, and it looks like research. So I need to pick one of the things. There's lots of books on the floor. There is an opportunity here, but I think you need to try to discern which one of a few options you have. My God. All right, in the advice, and I know I'm skipping around, I can't help it. In the advice, you got to see this. It is the views of the ego. Spirit wants you to see yourself the way Spirit sees you, because it came with this, the iridescent moon. I'm sorry, the increscent moon. This is as a work of art. They want you to see yourself the way they see you. You are a work of art that is being lovingly crafted, co-created with Spirit, following your intuition. It's amazing. There are negative cards in this deck. There really are. You didn't get one. Not a single one. This is just beautiful from top to bottom. Unbelievably amazing reading. Okay, so in the subconscious, you have the Akashic field. And the Akashic field is a record of everything ever done ever by anyone ever in all your carnations. There is a record of that, and that means you can tap that wisdom. You can tap that wisdom. You can use that knowledge. And so by taking time to go in and be inspired to manifest in the world, by tapping your intuition, the Akashic fields, what are you going to manifest? You can do everything. Just because you do everything doesn't mean you should do everything. It just means that nothing's off the table unless you choose to take it off. And there is a need to be very discerning about which path you decide to go down, which thing you decide to focus on. There is a reason for that, because in the area of obstacles, we have the commitment. So either the obstacle is making a commitment, or a commitment that you've made that is burdensome and it's time to let it go. We have a lot of, in December, we have big, massive clearing energies, right? We started off with that eclipse that ended at the end of November, and then we start off with another eclipse on December 4th, and this one is connect to the South Node. And so conjunct at the South Node says we are clearing the slate and we get a new beginning, everybody. And the energy is just totally, completely shifting out of there. And so all the karmic contracts that you've made can be released if you're willing to. The obstacle is letting go of the karmic contracts that are here in the Akashic fields. When you say, I can't afford that, that's a commitment that you're making. You're telling your body, oh, I can't afford that. And so all of our life and across all of our timelines and lifetimes, we say stuff like that. We do stuff like that. So there's all these different layers of commitments that we have made. And so this karmic shedding that we've all been going through has been an opportunity to clean the slate and to look at ourselves and see ourselves the way that Source sees us, the way the universe sees us, the way divine love source sees you is incredibly beautiful work of art. And you are being asked to see yourself that way, to commit to that, to embrace the idea that you are so freaking amazing. How can you not love yourself? All the parts of you. Because in the opportunity, we have the King of Roses. And look how lovingly he's looking at what's in his hand. And I just feel like you are a rose that's starting to unfold. Can you look at yourself that lovingly? Can you see the magnificence of you? You're being asked to release and let go of the negative karma, the commitments, the vows, the oaths made across lifetimes and timelines that do not serve you, so that you can enter into this energetic wave. That Aquarian age is just coming in waves. It looks to me always like just like waves lapping at the shore, bringing in the energy little by little, what we can manage at a time, and then it pulls back and then it comes back in, and the tides come in and out. So sometimes it's a lot coming in and sometimes a little bit, but it's always in constant flow and motion. There's always downloads being received, and we always have the opportunity to collect this. But you can only take in what you have enough space for, and what's blocking the space, it's like you got to go to your storage unit and clear some space out of there so you can put in some new stuff. The old commitments, the old karma, the things that don't belong there. In the conscious mind, you've got Count Saint Germain, the initiation. It is the violet flame energy. It is the releasing of karma. It is on your mind because your soul in the subconscious is calling you to do this. In the description box below, I have linked to YouTube. It is just music. It's not a guided meditation. All you have to do is just lay there in your bed and just feel like the violet flames are licking up around you, and they are burning off the negative old contracts. You can see St. Michael just take a sword of truth and cut those cords. Whatever it takes to allow yourself to release the extra karma, this old nasty karma. You don't need it. Now, we are always creating karma. We always are. But the Aquarian age karma has the opportunity to be lighter and brighter. There's a lot of density to the karma that we created before. And so karma is created by, karma is just the consequences of your actions. And sometimes that's positive, and sometimes not so much. And Saturn rules karma, and where's Saturn hanging out? In Aquarius. And so there is a lot of opportunity, and it's there for until like March of 2023, I think. So there is this opportunity over the course of the next year to keep doing this work. But right now, we have an opportunity because that new moon that is happening on December 4th is conjunct the South Node. What are we releasing karmically and letting go? And it is close enough to the great attractor energy, this dense field that will pull the karma in and suck it in and release it from the earth. It is a major opportunity right now. You chose to incarnate. You picked this time, whether you remember it or not, to do this work right now and release, let go. And as a Pisces, you are 12th sign. You are here to complete cycles, to release karma. And this is why you chose to be here right now doing this work right now. When I said I was going to do the Pisces reading, seriously, usually there's a lot of applause, but it felt ridiculously loud this time. You're being cheered on to complete these cycles, and it feels like multiple cycles. It's just letting the stuff spin off, spin off, spin off, spin off. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And allow it to, oh God, like unzip yourself from the old dense energy and reveal yourself for the magnificent work of art that you are. And part of this is not allowing other people's opinions to determine what your own personal value of yourself. Venus is currently in Capricorn, and she is going to, during this month, I want to say like December 10th through the 29th, she's definitely in the energy connected to Pluto. And she's asking about what are your values for yourself, finances, self-worth, self-esteem, relationships. And Pluto's saying, what are you willing to transform, release, and let go of, right? Pluto rules Scorpio, that deep transformation energy of letting go, releasing. It is in karmic Capricorn who wants to create structures that are helpful, that help you to ascend the mountain. The fact that this showed up, I cannot encourage you enough to go down into the description box and click that link and allow yourself, I would do it several times. See if you could do it at least once a week. You can do it while you're in the bathtub. You could do it at the new moon if you want. If you don't get any other opportunity to do it on the new moon. Definitely. And then there's a full moon in Gemini, also going to be conjunct the North Node, another good time to do it. And that one is when the sun is near the galactic center. As often as possible, use that link, listen to the music, and see yourself being transformed as it releases and lets go of the negative lower energies. They turn to white light. It's that brilliance that will blind the human eye. What is the energy to lean into? You have the Queen of Scrolls. I'm going to read this one. Because when I see here that you are at the 8 of Scrolls, paths unknown, set your sights, you have the diversity of the 5 of Scrolls, and the energy to lean into is the Queen of Scrolls. I feel like I want to know exactly what they're saying. I don't want to get this wrong. Because this is so incredibly powerful. What is happening here is so life-altering for you if you will allow it to happen. If you will step into your power of the Queen of Forces, that you literally, we all do, but we aren't always aware of this. We create the world through our thoughts and our actions, the world that we live in. The Queen of Scrolls is a woman of a higher mind whom you may already know or have yet to meet. This is you because it's the energy you're supposed to lean into. It may be somebody that you know also. Venus in Capricorn is definitely about looking for the powerful women that you know in your life and using them as inspiration or help or guidance along the way. So she could be a teacher to you in some way or an offer of friendship that could be developing into a deeper love. This woman could be helpful to you in some project or repairing communications. She may be an author, a marketer, or a publisher if you are a writer. This card indicates a phase of deepening understanding and a readiness to learn. Here, the books are piled up, but she's got one open and she's studying it. It's diversity. So new ideas coming to you, being willing to explore them, being willing to look at things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, seeing things differently. Whether it's mind, body, or spirit-centered, open to the mysteries that are hidden in the Akashic scrolls and step through the door of knowledge. And the Akashic field is wide open in your subconscious. So I think it is through meditation that you're going to get there, and because there's so much literally written down stuff showing up here, and the outcome we have the Hilaron, and the Hilaron shows again an open book. The Hilaron is, I think of him as the keeper of the Akashic records, one of the guardians of it. There are many. I feel like in meditation, ask the Hilaron to take you to your Akashic records and show you what it is that you need to see. And sometimes, okay, so I do a lot of guided meditations for people. I really enjoy that work. I have, and Pisces, you do too, a very vivid imagination. If you're feeling stuck or blocked and you can't feel like you're getting there on your own. So a lot of times it starts off with a feeling. I feel something, or I see an image and I go into the image and I just let my mind run wild. It's something you did as a child, guaranteed. Guaranteed. There's no way you're a Pisces and you didn't do that as a child. And it takes practice to get back to that. Because I know that as I grew up, I became more and more about I need to be practical, I need to deal in the real world, and I really shut down my imagination for the longest time. But when I started doing more meditations and I allowed myself to tap into that part of me again, then I started to see things and I started to get clearer visions. And, you know, some people see things very much like right there, like they see it as though it's real. It is real, but I mean, they see through the veil really easily. I see in stories because I came equipped with the imagination to do it. I chose before I incarnated to do it that way. So you are a Pisces. That means you also chose to have a very, as my mother would say, overactive imagination. It's a tool. It's a gift. And you can ask the healer on. You can pay attention to your dreams. Just do a little daydreaming. Pay attention to your nighttime dreams. If you say, I don't remember my dreams, you remember something, a snippet, a piece, whatever. Start writing it down as soon as you wake up and see what it triggers. Journal on it. Channeled writing. That is another way you tap your intuition. They're trying to get the messages to you. Because you have here Uriel and the Sphinx. This is the ancient knowledge and wisdom of the Akashic. You have the Akashic field wide open in your subconscious. You have the Hilaron offering to guide you through the Akashic records, and you have the Sphinx, the ancient wisdom and knowledge of lifetimes to help you to remember that you are a magnificent work of art. And who makes you a magnificent work of art? You do. You were a thought, and then you were created. And Source said, can't wait to see what you do. And so you set off on your lifetimes of journeys. Growing, creating, manifesting, learning, not just on this planet, not just in the 3D. And you continue this journey. And you incarnated here as a Pisces because you're wrapping up some major cycles. You may or may not choose to come back to this planet. So don't drop the ball. Do what you came to do so you don't have to come back if you don't want to. Your soul, your oversoul, that thought, that source light had when you were created, that spark, that's eternal, continues to grow. The oversoul wants to keep growing and unfolding and expanding. And part of you is part of the oversoul, and you're here doing this particular work because it serves the greater good of the universe, of the source that created you. You know how you can't wait when you see that baby and you're holding that child in your arms and you say, I can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait to see what you become. You are becoming. As the parent, you don't make the child do anything, right? You provide the nurturing, the guidance. Spirit is doing that for you. You make the choices. The child makes the choices to become the adult they become. You are becoming. You have the loving elementals. This is just a reminder from Spirit that you are that child, that creation. They can't wait to see what you do. And they are surrounding you and they are protecting you. This is amazing. really amazing. All right. I'm going to wrap up this reading, but it feels like a beginning, not an ending. In the area of health, you have stimulate. It has the brain. Okay. So, too much caffeine might make it hard for you to get good sleep. I'll tell you what it does for me. I like my caffeine, but I wake up a lot during the middle of the night, and it might be because of too much caffeine, but it gives me more opportunities to remember my dreams. I'm just saying. Also, this made me feel like you definitely need, is there something that interests you? Some little rabbit hole you're willing to go down to learn a little bit more about, dig a little deeper on? I really think you should do that. I really think you should do that. It looks amazing. It looks like, oh gosh. There's a need to expand what it is that you know now. Sagittarius, Sagittariuses just know things, right? They do. I have a sister who's a Sagittarius. She knows stuff, and you're like, how does she know that? And it can be annoying. But here's the thing. We just unwound all this karma, and we're back to zero. And we're in new energy. We're not. So they knew stuff in the Pisces energy. They're going to have to learn how to be curious too. They're going to have to learn to accept that they don't actually know everything anymore because we're in new energy. So there's a competitive part of this little Pisces heart here that's going, oh, I get no more than my sister. That's going to require study. There's a need to really understand that there's so much new stuff coming in. And how can we learn all this? And how can we continue to grow? And how can we stimulate the growth? We do it through being curious. The North Node in Gemini that's wrapping up that cycle this month was about what are you curious about? What do you want to know more about? What are you interested in? And you are being really encouraged to chase some of these things down the rabbit hole. What is of interest to you? What do you want to know more about? There's lots of a variety of things that you can find just on YouTube for free. There's lots of metaphysical books. I teach metaphysical courses in the local gemstone store. So I think most of the crystal, gemstone, tarot stores offer stuff like that. Just take a look around. Find what fits in your community for you and chase it down. Oh my God. In the area of abundance, you have unlimited ideas. Yes, you do. You are ruled by Neptune. Neptune is in your sign, and Neptune is there's no boundaries. Also, that imagination has no boundaries. And so the more you're willing to open up to your imagination and tap back into that and enjoy that, you are going to learn a lot through meditation by being willing to track down these things you're seeing and just not control the vision, allow it to develop itself. You are like the source creator. When the source thought of you and said, I wonder where you're going to go and what you're going to become, when you have an idea and you just set it free and go, I wonder where this idea is going to go and what is it going to become? Because you have part of source energy, which means you could totally do that too. Remember, you're the Queen of Forces. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. The Akashic field is wide open, and the Hilaron says, come on in. The Sphinx says, you do know this stuff. I will help you to remember. You are lovingly supported as you begin this new way of looking at things. You will be like an infant learning about the true nature of God. Not this patriarchal BS that's been shoved down our throats for centuries. Just saying. Just saying. That shit's over. This card, oh my God, the Taurus card. Taurus got this and one other sign did, and it is, I'm going to read the other one. Oh my God, look, there's the waves coming in. I'm telling you, the Aquarian waves just keep coming in. Thinking different thoughts. This is about you opening up to new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing things, chasing that shit down the rabbit hole. Thinking different thoughts than you've ever thought before is the only path, the unknown path. Different thoughts. It is the only path. God, I love it when spirit comes hard. Okay. It is the only path to answers, healings. It also says new genes, whatever. Or anything that glitters. And now you know how good you look in new genes. How good you look in new energy. How amazing you are. See yourself the way the divine sees you. And then the mountain, this beautiful mountain card here. Do you know what is 1,000,000 times better than getting to the top of the mountain? Getting there after having been lost. The path is unknown. Go down it anyway. Go down it anyway. The reward, infinite. Infinite. All right, Pisces. That's amazing. I do not know how next year is going to be any better than these December readings have been, but it's setting us up for that. So I'm looking forward to that. You guys take really good care of yourselves. Let your imagination run wild. I'll talk to you soon.